fishing at the Falls of the Ohio State Park, but we're at the McAlpin lower gauge. And right now we've got about 1 foot of water coming out of this upper gate here. And that's a little low, but pools coming up from water being released from these lower dams. Ideally, we're gonna like to see this between about 6 to 9 feet of water coming out of this upper gate, but hopefully we'll find some fish this morning.
So you say about 9 months out of the year, there's a species of fish that you can come down here and try to catch?
It may not always be ideal, but it's definitely worth coming down here if the water's right. You don't know what you're gonna find.
At what level do you find it to be pretty much unfishable by walking in?
If the gauge height is anything above 17 and a half feet, we're not really gonna have a whole lot of luck wading in here. You will have some boat fishing at that point, but...
And today, what is it?
Today we're fishing at about 15 with water rising just a little bit here.
Okay.
So we're gonna be working from about this rock just maybe about 10 or 15 yards downstream. We're gonna find these fish holding in a little channel right about here. Got a bunch of birds working, which means the bait's here, and that's usually gonna bring the fish in. Those stripers will kind of move in pods, anywhere from maybe 3 to 6 fish at a time. They might come here in a quick blitz, and we'll pick up a couple, and then they move out, and then they'll come back in about a half hour later.
So to someone who's not used to looking at a river, and I'm used to reading a river, but this looks a lot more shallow than I'm used to. You're telling me that right out here where we're looking now, there's fish holding?
This isn't a whole lot different than maybe fishing a marsh area up on Cape Cod or something. They're moving in with high water, looking for bait. They're hungry here to feed.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool. I can only imagine what one's going to feel like when you hook up in this current. It's going to be on.
You're going to know. Yeah.
I want to have you make a cast and kind of give me the run through. So you were saying that when we go to set the hook, rather than pull the rod up, we're going to use what you call
a strip set.
Okay, got you.
So it's going to look just like this.
We're literally going to rip it with our left hand here.
So we're retrieving this line, and if we feel a fish, there's your set, just like that.
Okay, got you. Of course, you're feeling the bottom all the way down through here. So if it runs with it, obviously you're going to know.
You know how a smallmouth will pick up a fly and it's weight at first, and then you're like, bottom, fished.
Okay, got you. Uh-oh, that blue herring right there looks like he's got him a sauger. He's got good taste in fish.
Sometimes the sun will turn these fish off, and sometimes as soon as it hits the water, it'll turn the fish on.
All right, got you. Here we go. I'm not sure what it is, but I got one.
That's a drum.
Is it a drum?
Yeah. Yeah, get him on the reel.
Hey, you know what? Not exactly our targeted species, but we'll take that. Every fish you catch out here in this water on a fly rod, in this kind of current, it's a lot of fun. So either he missed the bait or accidentally snagged him, huh?
Well, they'll come at it. I mean, that water's moving so fast that they may swipe at it and just bump it, and when you set that hook, it ends up there. And you'll end up snagging a few of them, but these guys will get pretty big. There'll be plenty of bait fish out here at the falls.
That's pretty cool.
He's got a nice hybrid down there. So yeah, it looks like maybe they're starting to move in. Oh, here we go. Little feisty sauger here. And these guys are pretty hungry, and they'll be feeding on the bottom, and they'll each add too. Usually when you find one of these, you'll find a couple more. So maybe we'll let him go and see if we can find some bigger ones. He wants back in the water.
Looks like he's got something there. Looks like maybe a white bass. White bass?
White bass, yeah. This fish is healthy and hungry. Pretty lines on him. Well, hopefully he's got some big brothers out there.
Here we go. Got him. Oh, he's snagged inside, isn't he?
Snagged.
About 2 more feet. Did you see that? Tail slapped and was gone.
They're really stacked up thick in there. There's nice fish. Nice fish.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you think you got there?
Like a drum.
You got that one there hooked right in the lip. Nice fish.
Not a bad sized drum. He was holding down tight on the bottom, so that's a little bit more what we're looking for out here. These guys will munch on crayfish, clousers, bait fish, but when they're pushing up here, they're probably looking for those shad patterns. Hopefully those bigger guys will start moving in. We'll get him back in the water. What do you think? You want to grab our gear and walk down a little bit, check out another spot?
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me grab this pole and we'll make our way.